England shirt. Strange thing about Simon Shaw, you know, is having played for Wasps last season, he's still down in all the guidebooks as unattacked. For the time being, not sure where he's going to be playing next season, but he'll be back in the Premiership, whether he'll be somewhere else earning a nice retirement fund, perhaps down on the south of France somewhere.
I'm sure he won't be short of offers. That's for, he's a really such a great guy, but a great player as well. Great servant to London Wasps.
Aksenti Gorgadze preparing to come on. Georgian coaches will be watching the fitness levels very closely of their charges now. Armitage. Tuolangi. Hasn't really had more than 2 meters to operate in so far this evening. Georgians have been up very quickly on him. Foden likewise. Ball continues to be a problem for England at the breakdown. Enough, and it's not accurate.
No, I think an concern for me. Much endeavour, and we want to see this when it's on, it's not. I have to say there's been good kicks England back through. It's not been on, and there's nothing wrong with just getting rid of it, playing the territory game.
Lewis Moody is paying the price for having run headfirst into Bartang Majoradze. Rather like Johnny Wilkinson in days gone by, always cause for English concern when Lewis Moody is surrounded by medics, but it's great to see him still involved as Gorgadze takes his place in the middle of the Georgian front row. Well, that might yet be dangerous for England. Saw a similar situation for Ireland against Australia 24 hours ago, but just like the Wallabies did, England rescue the situation and flood goes long. That's John Muggleton. He's the man charged with bolting Georgia's defence. Most recently in Llanelli with the Scarlets.
After the line out. It's formed already.
First line out for the new man, Gorgadze. Yeah, it's not exactly an art form, but Zedganidze somehow gets his mitts on it.
Very scrappy at the line out, but they've still got the ball.
Abazaradze neatly laid off by Gorgadze. Continues to drive them on. A little bit over-ambitious from Kvirikashvili.
Bring him on.
David Zirakashvili makes the point himself. England making changes. Number 18 is Tom Croft, and he's replacing Lewis Moody. Approaching the hour mark. Croft on for his old Leicester teammate, but a word on Moody's contribution this evening.
Well, I think considering Lewis has hardly played any rugby, I think he's had a good game. Really good for him to get some rugby under his belt, give him some confidence, and he can really build on today.
Touch.
Important for England to have their captain back.
Pause.
Georgian free kick. Taken swiftly by Abazaradze.
Too early, England. No hands.
And yes, again.
Advantage.
Simon Shaw did very well to make sure that that was scrappy ball. There's the fullback, Gigari. Been around for a while now. And England again conceding penalties, and once again Catherine feels the need to issue a lecture.
Okay, me? No, not you. The players that are offside at the breakdown and contesting with their hands.
Does that mean Simon Shaw's No, the captain.
Would make him England's oldest ever captain. Given that he's England's oldest ever player, that wasn't tough to work out. Almost for the first time as we approach the hour mark, the match is going through something of a fallow period. Taken by Sayedza.
Good. He's okay. Use it! Use it!
Georgia have driven the ball as far as they can. Now it's time for the backs to give it a go. Kacharava. Into the World Cup effort against Ireland 4 years ago. And they're giving England a real go here. But inevitably, as minds and muscles start to tire, mistakes begin to grow. Dylan Hartley's coming off for good, to be replaced by Steve Thompson, and we're having confirmation that Simon Shaw is England's captain. A wonderful moment for him on the occasion of his 69th cap, 38 a fortnight ago, England captain in a World Cup.
Yeah. It started off well.
United has been for Richie Dixon and for Don Caskey and for Georgian rugby. Performance 4 years ago, and the impact of government funding has been clear to see, really. 5 times more people play than they did in 2007, twice as many qualified coaches. We've got some high-performance centres in Tbilisi, 8 professional clubs. They are heading in the right direction, and Richie Dixon was musing yesterday as to how long it would be before they really started to challenge the likes of Italy and perhaps Scotland for a place in the Six Nations. It might be 20 years, might be 30 years, but they are the growing power back home in Europe, make no mistake.
Well, they're certainly
back home in Europe, make no mistake.
Well, they're certainly challenging this England team here tonight. And you have to take your hats off to the Georgians.
And the player pool expanding even further with a World Cup debut for Givi Berishvili, who, although he's wearing 21, is actually a flanker. Georgia with a 5-2 split on their bench, 5 forwards, 2 backs. Berishvili on in the back row, taking the place of Dimitri Basalaya, whose try at the end of the first half created England with so many problems. It's the challenge for England now, Phil, is to inject a little pace into a game that the Georgians will be happy to slow down as much as they can.
They certainly want to get some more momentum, finish the game well. That's a good start, great scrum from England. Steve Thompson back on the field. Have to say, slightly disappointed with Dylan Hartley tonight, not just because of the sin binning, but a great opportunity for him to make a statement to this England management. Hasn't quite delivered for me. And for him to have been off the field, Steve Thompson to come back on, it's quite a big statement, I believe, to where this England management see the pecking order, the England hooking position.
And then take the ball immediately.
Thompson, who started against Argentina. Played his fair share of rugby with Georgians during his time with Brive, so he knows all about their threat. Croft to Youngs and Tuolangi! Oh, yes! That's what England have been waiting for. Tuolangi has been launched through a World Cup defence, and he's a World Cup try scorer.
There'll be coaches all over the land trying to get hold of their kids and say, this is how you do it. Good, simple rugby. Great ball off the back of the line out, Tom Croft. Good, hard, straight line, find the gap. Nani Tuolangi. Great try. And England, I feel now, could really run away with this one.
Well, he was nearly deported back to Samoa last year. Something wrong with his visa. They eventually cut through the red tape.
Just wait, please.
And he's just cut through the red defence. Conversion right in front of the posts, and England now lead by 29 points to 10. This might be a long final quarter for the Georgians.
Use it once.
Happy to Armitage. If Ashton could score, that really would put the lid on it. Not been on the score sheet since the Six Nations. This is Vidzina Samharadze, the scrum halves. Have been swapped, played in all 4 matches 4 years ago, but this is his first appearance in New Zealand. And this is continuing to be a more than worthy effort from the Georgians, and again it's Gorgodze. Such defiance. Samharadze driven forward by Zedganidze. Samharadze again to Gorgodze. He's the kind of man that a nation can build its rugby team around, and that's exactly what they're doing. Here goes Zedganidze again, the former skipper. Ball was lost though, and England have it back with the try scorer Tuolangi. Here goes Foden, starting to fly here, England. Ashton. Foden. He needs to be careful that he's not isolated. England's white shirts were there in numbers. Youngs to Corbisiero. He's on to make his World Cup debut. Just whooping and hollering at his Uncle Tony's cafe in New York, the city that he was born in. 12 months it's been for London Irish's Alex Corbisiero. And for that man, Northampton's Tom Wood. That was magnificent. And he feeds Ashton. Northampton to Northampton. Splashdown! Not been seen since the Six Nations. Welcome to the World Cup, Chris Ashton.
I think that try would do Chris Ashton the power of good. Get his confidence up. Good play from England again. Tom Wood. Great line, using his feet. Who do you want to see on your inside? England's fastest man, Chris Ashton, is he? Yes.
Well, no one needed to tell him this week, although 1 or 2 did, that it's been a while since he scored for England. Says he's still working as hard to get on the shoulders, and, well, there is cast iron confirmation.
I think it's been more noticeable this evening, though, Nick, to me. He's prowled a lot more. He's been running around behind the backs. He's been looking for mismatches, certainly in my mind, a lot more than last week.
England's 5th try of the night. Bonus point well and truly secured.
21!
Opportunity in the final 14 minutes to really put down a little bit of a marker. Done the hard work. They've really had to battle against this Georgian outfit. There may well be more battles to come. Armitage having to work hard to hang on to the ball there, but he did it well. Youngs to Tuolangi. Beautifully picked up by Youngs. The party tricks are starting to come out here, and, well, if you're looking for tricks, Haskell is often at the centre of things, but not able to oblige then. And Gorgodze, in no uncertain terms, says, "You're occupying turf that I'd rather be on."
It's okay.
That's concern, I think, for Alexander Todoa. Let's have a look at England beginning to give it a bit of a blast here.
England have to be careful though, Nick, because it's an important time of the game.